we
Most
should.
people not that popular now anyway.
What's not popular? Speaking Russian?
My people are not that popular, so you don't really want to be around them
Dude,
anyway.
your people right now are the most popular on the planet.
Yeah, but not in a good way, you know what I'm saying? So I don't take that. So
Yeah, you just 100% English. We're gonna be here talking today.
yeah, you have some like ghetto Ryan Bowen setup.
Get over. Yeah, that's exactly how I thought when I did it. Because for some stupid reason I put it in front of me, and I was like, "What?" And then I put it back, and it's even more terrible. So, yeah. Get Ryan Bowen, dude.
You should put cardboard as like voice of arm wrestling.
Yeah. This is a kid's room, you know, so there are some
Very professional.
and hey, this is just for you, because you know you want to see the carpet.
Awesome. Oh, so it's so European to have that carpet.
I would, you know, take it off, but I'm cool. I don't care. Plus, sometimes I look at the wall, I'm like, okay, letters.
So do you want to do some type of introduction for this thing? Like tell people tell me what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just it's Friday evening, and I thought let's just, you know, do some live with Artem. I don't think we have ever talked in any live before or anything.
We never talked. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we know each other for quite some time, I think, you know, Facebook friends.
Right. Facebook friends with benefits.
Yeah, and also on 23rd of April, live on pay-per-view, we're gonna give to everyone the match of the year.
Right. Well, I mean, match of the year for you, for me, it's going to be just like walk in the park. Like,
Yeah. But still, you know, for you too, it's gonna be match of the year. Like, I was walking in the park.
Hey, question. So it's because somebody actually asked it in the chat anyway. How old were you in the thumbnail? How old are you right now? You're just turned what?
32.
32. So that that thumbnail picture from 2010. So that's you were 20.
Yeah, 2010. Oh, that's 2010.
So,
yeah.
So when did you start at arm wrestling?
That was, oh no, I think that thumbnail could be, or maybe it's 2010. No, I think it's 2010.
I saved it. Trust me, buddy. I saved it. It's your first picture at Facebook.
Yeah, but maybe I had it earlier, because I think that was one of the big competitions I went to, you know, like one of the big ones. Okay. First time on table 2006.
Oh, but, wow.
Yeah, but it's like you know, we had some guys that were, you know, we had Oskars Balgaus from Latvia. He was junior. He got second place after Taino in Europeans. So he was like cool. And everyone thought that, you know, just by doing pull-ups we can beat him. Somehow it sticked, you know.
Yeah. Right. So 2006. Wow. So you've been arm wrestling for quite some time, huh?
Yeah, like seriously, 2000. I would say 2011, 12. That's when I got really, really serious, you know. And then I stopped being serious 2013.
Oh, it was a short career, huh? I love it.
It was glorious. It was glorious.
The same for me. I think my serious career lasted a little longer. Then I quit it for a second there, and then I'm back in business.
Yeah, we kind of got you out, you know, from retirement. We're like, hey, hey, and you're like, no, I don't
Not,
want to do this. We're like,
not,
you have to do this. You're the only one can finish this mission, you know. And we brought the whole team together, and then everything failed.
it's it's funny. I've been arm wrestling with my right hand longer than I've been with my left hand.
Explain, please.
I think like in 2014 or something. It was at some practice. Which we can talk about it too, like how you guys practice and how we are. You probably see in American practices, they're like basically little tournaments. Right? It's just a mid-grinder. So I'm with this guy just kind of pulling slightly, and he decides to just Todd Hutchings flop press me. So like instead of just kind of holding him, it went like this, and my elbow popped like oh. So immediately it's like a lot of people have that. It's basically when you just cannot go sideways whatsoever. So
and because it's America, you couldn't get it fixed because it was too expensive.
Right. So you don't want to bother with that. Yeah. So I tried to mess with it. And back in those days, I mean, it's not that long ago, but as you know, Mike, most likely 2013, 2014, there was not much arm wrestling videos out there just yet. I mean, 2012, there was nothing out there. There's like 3 arm wrestling videos on YouTube, and they're all accidental. So there's no information, so you just do whatever. There's some Devon Laird videos on like some supination shit, so whatnot. And I guess Devon was kind of somewhat out there at that point already. So I messed with the elbow for forever and just decided to kind of quit it with left hand for a little while. And probably in a year, I decided to kind of, let's try to do something. And literally took a break, left mash. And now people in America say like I'm like better left-handed than I'm right-handed. I'm like,
yeah, I always think of you better left-handed than right-handed. Weird.
It's I like how Travis explained his case, and I think it applies to me. Because Travis explains his hands like very equal, right? Training like they're absolutely the same to him. But he thinks the competition falls off left hand. Not that many people really care about left hand or has the mobility of left hand, truly understand it, or even care about it, right? Some people don't even want to care. Yeah, they may be okay with it, but whatever. So, and what Travis says basically, because he's okay with both, but because there's so many people not, that's why he kind of just beats it. And I think that the same case for me, because people think I'm left-handed until I'm pulling somebody that's actually left-handed. But then I look right-handed because I will lose most of the time. Because those truly left-handed people that suck right-handed, I will beat them right-handed, but my left, not really. So that's why I'm like, I think I'm average. Just kind of, for the most part, people also do not really care about the left hand. I do have some good left-handed wins, though, however, rather than my right. But I think it's also, I don't know, luck.
Yeah, I think it's also like American style. Everything is so much based on right hand.
Right.
Yeah, here we like
awesome.
the only guy that I know who focuses more on his right than his left is Giannis. But even like he trains the same, he practices the same, it just doesn't perform that well. His right is like, and left is it's close, but a little bit behind, on some elements. Everyone else is pretty much the same, both arms.
Right. Yeah. What's Giannis's reason? Does he have like injuries on his left?
Yeah, he had some issues with the back pressure. Like he couldn't really like elbow flexors. He couldn't pin. He gets the hand, gets everything, but couldn't finish at the end. And those are the sticky points for him. It's still like terrible and world class and high level. And like he has never been champ, but he has been, I think, on podium more times with left than with right. You
Yeah,
know.
that shows you just the competition right-handed too. That's funny.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I agree
the
with that.
same case as Zoloev. Like Zoloev's also like okay, both hands, but like left, he just there's so much like going on with his elbow, something he can't perform as much.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so you've been arm wrestling, since whatever 26 to 2006, and you got serious like in 2011, 2012 for a year. And when did you decide? Oh, when did you not maybe not decide? When did you not really decide? When did you just kind of started doing some type of content? Maybe non-consciously, really. Just when did you start doing
Oh
something?
no, that was a conscious decision. So
Oh, so you didn't even never did anything. You just like, oh, like I have to do that.
no, like I wanted to keep a track of matches, so I filmed the matches, I put them up and everything else. But I thought like let's do something. I it was one guy in Latvia, like one guy that I barely know, and he was like putting a post on how to do deadlifts. Clearly, he has never done a deadlift. Like with all this, I know and I know better attitude. And I thought like, why can't I, share the information that I know is legit, because in my head I'm thinking like there's maybe I know something on 99%, not 100. So I was kind of scared, but I just start doing it. I was like, and let's see the feedback. And feedback like was 99% positive, because people like they will ask a question, I will answer. They're like, okay, cool. This is why, because there's you can like for me, when I see someone doing a weird exercise, I don't like say this is bullshit. I will explain what you're trying to achieve. If you can tell me what you're trying to achieve, and it goes with biomechanics and the body, resistance, everything else together, I will say great idea. If it can't, no.
For the
So
most part, you just
yeah, but that's kind of push from me. I was like, let's start doing that and put out some easy exercise for most people to understand. And just looking at the views we have and everything else, it's most of these exercises have most of the people have never seen. They will see one exercise or one athlete doing something, and sometimes in sorry, most times it's not necessarily the exercise that made the athlete great. It's something completely different. And I know so many arm wrestlers that cannot explain what they're doing on table or what this exercise does. They kind of tell you the feel. And that's where I come in and I can change, that bridge together, put that bridge together. So it was weird, but I kind of start doing it, and yeah, and then different things, and then different things, and then different things. And now I'm arm wrestling ARTEM.
so when was that? So when did you decide to just kind of start putting out that all that stuff?
Sorry, broke down.
When like what year? So you started arm wrestling and whatever, right? When did
Yeah.
you start putting out all the content? Like when did like Voice of Arm Wrestling
I think
start?
2017 or 18 at the end. I think at the end of
Oh,
17.
so
Yeah.
those are why like in your hold on, hold on. Let me get a better timeline. You quit arm wrestling in like 2013.
Oh
When
no,
did you
no, no, no. I quit being focused on myself, arm wrestler. I became a coach.
okay,
2000.
okay.
And then I made a commitment to work with people, then focus on myself. So
I got you. I got you. I got you. I
yeah,
got you. So you never came back. I understand. So
this is my comeback.
That's
This will be the
actually
greatest comeback story since Kim Kardashian. Yeah. Who gets that reference in the chat? Come on, let's get that reference in the chat. Hey, what year was the video that I know you from? I think that was Arnold, when you went on table and you became the biggest dickhead ever.
That never happened in my life. So you better explain yourself. I'm the nicest person you ever know.
Yeah. And because I remember I saw that video like a way back, and maybe a year later I saw the whole thing play out on Facebook where I don't remember the name of the guy, but he's like, I'll beat you. Let's set up a match. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I have no idea. I have no fucking idea.
You were in some expo. You went on table with some guy that was there with the table, and you pretty much dominated him. You were kind of holding, taking a photo, something else.
Right. Okay, that happened. Yeah, right. That's me and George.
Dude. Okay. Sorry. Artem is super high.
No. I'm just making sure, because then you say there's some Facebook thing playing out. I'm like, that's turns into some drama. That's not me. The expo is correct.
But there was some drama on Facebook as well. Some calling out, like, what's the name of the guy?
George.
So I think he posted where he said, like, I was tired, all these things, and then you came, and I remember that as well. It was in this dimension. I'm 99% sure. Maybe it wasn't hostile, but I saw it because someone posted on one of the forums, one of the big forums, and then you posted something, and the guy said, like, Al, I was tired, and then it went.
I mean, me and the guy George, as far as our relationship for the whole time, we did have some problems. We never had problems with the whole that video ever. Like, me and him were kind of competitive against each other too, because he could never beat me too, so it'll bother him, because he's like a heavy bodybuilder dude that became an arm wrestler, and he's older, stronger, bigger. So but as far as that video goes, it was nothing like that. It's basically, let me say, that was his second year competing at Europa. I just won 176 weight class, 80 kilos pro, right? And he was competing in some amateur shit, didn't win that. Then me and him just arm wrestle alone after, it just kind of after pulling, right? And we do all types of stuff. We arm wrestle left hand. And, I just kind of don't feel him. I come out, take a selfie, like whatever. We just kind of bullshitting. We didn't know his friend at the time was filming the whole thing. And she posted it and like tagged us. Or maybe he posted it. It was funny. It just looked funny. And then next thing we know, like, we get like all types of friend requests, like insane. And like, I'm messaging him like,
it blew up, yeah.
I'm like, dude, what? Do you get this crazy request? I'm like, yeah. What happened? We're gonna know for a couple of days when I circle back to that video, because I start getting messages too, and I'm like, oh, this video has like hundreds of shares. I'm like, that explains this whole thing. But as far as like, there's never been a problem with that video. Me and George went through some personal stuff here and there, maybe, and we did arm wrestle back and forth a bunch of times. But it's not connected really to that thing. But Facebook was a lot cooler back in the days. So there was a lot of that going on back in the days. People miss if you can connect 20, you don't even know that, because it's so much like local, like maybe Florida stuff. But if you can connect like 2012, 2015 Facebook arm wrestling posts and the discussions and comments, and you put it in right now with all the YouTubers talking about it, oh, it's such hilarious stand-up content. You will die from the comments, how people were going back and forth over some petty local shit. But it was so, like, when all those people were coming out, it was hilarious. Like, people that are like a funny now on YouTube, that it was just so much more funnier back on those Facebook comments. People were killers. Like, it was insane how a little like comment battles were going on. That was way before like Facebook will allow you to reply too. So you have your comments were like, the section was all like funny and stuff. Yeah, right. So it's kind of like you reading this whole stand up and you're trying to figure out what was said what, and it, like, before reactions, like right now, each comment will get like hundreds reactions, like some laughing, because it was just hilarious, I think, back in those days. Especially here in Florida, like when Max was coming out and like our local like crazy people, like, it was insane.
Yeah. I just, I didn't know that he competed. In my head, that he was there. Like sometimes someone's at expo going to stand on arm wrestling table, arm wrestle with everyone, and I thought that you just came up. That's how it played out in my mind. But thank you for clarification, Artem. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
there's a YouTube video on that on my channel, by the way. It's called "What Really Happened" with the same thumbnail. I'll send you a link.
No, it's too late. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to give you views, dude. Come on, jeez.
Come on, give me some of those 60. What you got? 67,000 subs. Crazy. 980 videos. God damn, that's a lot.
It's fine. Yeah. So, how do you feel about our match?
What do you mean? Like, I feel incredible. How do you feel? Oh wow, I posted 1.4 thousand videos and I have 20,000 subs. It's insane. The quality over quantity, huh?
I'm all quality, man.
I'm giving you a compliment, motherfucker. God damn.
Just for that, I'll top roll you.
Because I'm complimenting you that your channel has better quality than mine.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'm gonna lose my wrist. You got that.
You're gonna lose your wrist regardless of what you're trying to do.
That can also happen. That can also happen.
So if you go for your hook and now top roll, whatever your like little funny presence should do, right? I can top roll that. And then if you happen to top roll me and you go in the straps, the way the setup works, you will lose your wrist in the straps. And I'm gonna top roll you anyway. So it's kind of like, top roll situation.
I think there's big chance you can do that with left hand. I feel like there's a big chance I will lose my hand and fight top roll without the hand. Like I feel like that is coming. And just for you, yeah.
That's funny because left hand I can do the same, so it's actually a good.
Then we just both of us gonna be like this.
Right, we're gonna be under the table like that, exactly. Because my left cup is not there. Like my left is not. Well, let me see actually. So 1, 2. Oops. It's almost as deep. I think
it's fine. Yeah. I don't know what you try to get there because it looks even.
I'm trying to, because my left
should have shown like this. Should have shown like this. See?
Well, no, I'm trying to see because usually the left cup is not as flexible because when I arm wrestle somebody, my right hand looks like this. My left hand looks like kind of like. People tell me to cup, and I'm like, I'm cupping.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same. I was looking at your video. I'm like, with left, we're like, if I'm trying to top roll, if I'm not going for a press or hook, I'm exactly like that. Exactly like I had like in two competitions this year in Latvia and even Norway, I lost my hand like so many times like this, and I still have the pronator and I can still drag pull.
Right. Especially in the straps, it kind of works. Yeah, it's funny. Like I don't do it at practices. Like on practices, I don't have cup, but my hand is there a lot. So people are like, oh man, your left hand is. I'm like, really? Because when I go to tournaments, I lose it quite not that often, but you wear me out enough, like my left hand goes, and it doesn't at practices. Like maybe it does, but I don't do none of the flop bullshit at practice. It's straight like tournament, like it's as I go. Like I train as I go pretty much with that funny flop stuff.
I that's the plan to wear you out,
Yeah, but no, I don't have that much. You know what? I think the wear out stuff really depends how much stronger you are than another person. Because like I've noticed that because I've mostly practiced one-on-one. I don't have practices. So it's usually somebody will be like, hey man, I'm gonna come by. Perfect. Come by, it's me and you. So usually if it's somebody that I'm stronger, it's like whatever, like I'm kind of casually there, and they will like get out of gas. When it's somebody as strong as me, I'm breathing really hard, pretty fast. Like it goes out. So I think it depends really for the power, and then you're gonna look like you have more endurance if you're actually a lot stronger.
I would say it's like how much effort you give, because you can have like a match, where both guys are feeling each other out and not going red line. As soon as someone
Right.
starts redlining, you put in that extra effort. You just, and if you can control yourself in that environment, you will always have some endurance left. You can always come back. But if you throw the Hogland all the time and you don't fight like throw the Hogland, it's terrible.
But that's where our match gets funny, because we cannot arm wrestle the tournament. So we like I have never arm wrestled just. I have never trained for just 3 matches.
Whoa, whoa,
right?
whoa. Why can't we compete in tournament? Because
We
tournament
can.
is before, yeah.
We can, but tournament is so much before, and our thing is like officially after. So, you know what I mean? Like it's
I know what you
everybody.
mean.
Everybody can, but it's just not really recommended, right?
Oh yeah,
Unless
yeah,
like
yeah. That would be terrible. You go there and get beat
if
up.
our match was just like one hand, then maybe we can arm wrestle one hand in the tournament or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's basically we have to just so with that thought, I'm like, I have never trained to just come out and pull, we pull in both hands. So it's like it's the shortest what can happen is 6 matches total if it's 3-0, 3-0, whatever. So that's not, that's a lot of training for 1 minute. So I have to like sometimes I'm thinking like I have to make sure I do, as you said, it's red line on the first match, because there's not many possibilities to kind of, oh, that was a warm up. You know how many people lose the first round?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it was my warm up. Or like, oh, now I'm good. Oh, like I woke up, whatever the reason, right? There's not time for that, right?
There's time, at least 2 rounds.
Well, I mean, that's if you're planning to be that much dominant. I'm trying to win this shit. So to be the first round is everything. Then if I'm losing, then it's just another two trying not to lose. Yeah.
I will.
But it's
this match, like with all the TOPROLKING talk, I did my first practice where I just top rolled. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube, but just top. Usually, my inside is more dominant, so I'm gonna train like there. But just and I'm losing some matches. I'm trying to get it back. I'm trying to figure everything out. I was sick like yesterday, and I just putting so much effort that I like when the matches pushes you. Every match kind of pushes you and getting better and better. And I think if I can develop a little bit better top roll game, just for the joke, just for the stupid joke. Hey, and you have to give me. He's toprollking@gmail.com. I want that.
It's a clash email, huh? You should.
Hey, it should have been a contract, man.
Yeah, you should have read the rules, bro.
You should.
I will tell you my secret email that I order my drugs from. It's hilarious. You'll like it even better. That cannot be in contract.
Sexy boy 69 at yandex.com.
No. But it's funny. Sometimes people ask me for my email, and I'm like, what do you think my email can be? Like, I try to keep it all the same for everything. just add whatever. If it's like just whatever it is, like whatever service you need, just use TOPROLLKING, and if it seems like an extra dot, throw it under. It's most likely my account.
I will. You will see someone trying to log in.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Sorry, there's a problem with that whole thing. Thoughts get running out sometimes. Isn't it funny how when you try to work on something, like whatever it is, it can be that same hook, but it can be top roll. But so you're trying to do that top roll, but it's just so much easier. Like if it doesn't work, like, oh, right, it's just in there.
Fighting, like today, fighting that feeling when someone just gets me and I know I can cup them and get, but putting that effort just, but it's, you know, when you're trying to do it just for you, hey, you don't care. But when you're trying to do it for the goal, it feels like a little bit different. Yeah, feels
right, because I go through the same thing. I'm trying to kind of just stick to the top roll for the practices because I think it's just a go-to thing. So I was trying to do just top roll sessions, and it's hard, yeah, because if it doesn't go, I'm like, oh, I can get some purchase. Like if it just goes from to, and then you can just beat somebody, and like, oh man, you feel strong. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. No, that's not.
I remember I was preparing my top roll for Viking Arms in Norway in 2020, and I remember I was setting up for the first match. It was left-handed, and like the guy that went with me, I said like I'm gonna top roll everyone. I was setting up, and right before I hear the go, I'm like no, and press the whole tournament. And I was like, I was there talking with Devon, and I said like I'm gonna top roll everyone. You're gonna see. He's like, dude, what the fuck? Cannot fight the instinct.
Hey, but well, yeah, and that's a crazy part. You know what I mean? That's something not that many people consider, especially people like you when you're coaching somebody. Sometimes not many people consider that the fact that a lot of people don't even have the ability to stay connected, think about stuff. You know what I mean? Like some people, you can tell them like, hey man, fix this, do this. Then next thing they send you videos of them trying or whatever. But there's some people that like, dude, yeah. I didn't even know what happened.
I think you first develop the style. It shouldn't be perfect, but you develop the style. And then when you feel comfortable there, that's where you keep adding to it. But a lot of guys, especially in this era, everyone wants to be well-rounded arm wrestler, you know. And
is that the new thing, you think?
I think it's a way, again, I think it's way newer thing coming from the West, because in East, everyone's usually a specialist. Very rarely someone is like Prudnik, you know, just as good there and there. Most of the time, the top guys are specialists. You won't see Plummen in a hook, intentionally hooking someone. He might end up there, you know, but you will never see it. So again, I think it's the influence of Devon. I think mostly it's Devon, you know, because
I feel like, I don't know. Like I realized, so I look at arm wrestling from term of efficiency. So it kind of forces me to do everything. And you know, I mean, at this point, I don't think it's too cocky for me to say that I have pretty decent tools, right? I have a good top roll and I have good hook, especially right-handed. My left hand, the cup is not that cool, so my hook looks kind of funny. But left-handed, I still can do plenty of things. So I'm fairly versatile for my level, I think. But
that's because first of all, you're smart in your experience. So, and you know your limits. You know, this guy most likely will not go down with the top roll. It's better to, you know, get the center or something from him. So that's where it comes in. Most of these specialists are so good at that thing that they're levels above everyone else, and they never need to switch. They never need to switch. You know, where they lose so rarely, they just improve on that. You'll not see Giannis, you know, hooking someone when it's last resort. Only then, like with Justin. Justin posted so good, he's like, nah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it depends. At that level, there's not much competition to where you have to change stuff, I guess, right? When you're like number 20 bomb guy like me in North America, you hook somebody, you topple somebody just to go throughout the day.
What's your rank? What's your rank right now?
It's something. It's not accurate because I don't care too much. Sometimes I give Chance a little, like, hey man, but I'm like, hold on, like I told him I don't care. Uh,
I don't care,
so
but still.
yeah, so but that's why I stopped. I stopped a long time ago, like because they already complicated. Plus, I don't care. I can weigh whatever. Like it's like I'm trying to stay at around 200, but it just doesn't happen for me sometimes because of my food, work, whatever. Like I was sick a couple days ago. I was down to 182. So do you want to rank me at 180 chance? Let's do that. Oh, then I can give you a headache and like, hey man, I'm back to 191. Do you want to rank me back at 200s? Hey man, I placed second at 220. Do you want to, you know what I mean? Like I did all of the things. So I'm not bothered. Whenever he ranks me, it is what it is. So currently 198, I am number 18, left-handed, and
Mhm.
right-handed, I'm not even ranked. But if you think about it, so now looking at this, right? So couple days ago determined number 8 right-handed laid down to me. So technically I'm right-handed. And I just practice with number 12, and I did perfectly fine. So I'm banging number 12 right-handed 98, and I definitely beat number 16 guys, so I can be number 16. Um Left-handed I also just destroyed at practice number 7. So I'm practically number 7, and I just beat number 10 and number 11 guys. Just some after regular practicing and pulling, but I know I can beat those guys for the tournament. So I guess I'm top 10 left-handed. Somehow it's terrible. It's terrible the way it works with the names. I cannot beat number 12. So let's just say I guess I am technically in top 20 human beings in North America, which is terrible thing to say because it's like whatever unless you like top 2. But yeah, I'm in some percentages of better arm wrestlers, maybe.
Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. Yeah, the ranking system is always weird. Like I see, you don't miss an opportunity to compete. You know.
Right. That's also in the same time, like last year. Yeah, like I'm kind of like Herman nowadays because Herman agrees that he just comes and loses a lot of matches that he should not lose, and people take that. And I guess important to know like how to celebrate the people that beat you, and important to realize if that's important loss to you or not. Because yeah, I happened to go to some places last year to where I was just invited to, and I'm like, I mean, I'll arm wrestle even though like my shape is not what, and I just train. Yeah, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm only peaking for like 2 to 3 tournaments a year or something like where I'm actually it's
Mm.
training.
Yeah.
It's percentages and it's serious shit. And like if you beat me, you can take my soul and all my wins away from me. But the rest of the year, just like I'm just carrying it on, just because I cannot say no. Like, oh fuck, RMS and table $25. All right, we're doing this.
I think it's
Especially at this point, I'm so famous. I don't even have to pay the 25. So I'm in it. You know what I mean? I'll give you 25 after I take the first place. A little cash back.
get the cash back that you
Yeah,
didn't pay.
exactly. That's how I do it. That's how you keep the promoter happy, and he invites you back for the second time.
Yeah. How do you like the era of super matches and pay-per-views?
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it because like I cannot watch those. I cannot follow those. I'm not interested in 99% of that stuff realistically. Like I can care less about any of those matches that have happened in the past couple of years, really for maybe like 1 or 2. But it is what it is. I'm missing big, 20, 30 people tournaments. I became an arm wrestler in a time where like, how it is. Like, you came back and forth. You maybe didn't know if you're serious about it or whatnot. Like, I had that period for like maybe a year or two to where I didn't know if I want to commit to all this like weight cutting and weird trainings and shit. And I was influenced heavy by A1 on TV. And if you remember A1, I mean,
Yeah.
it was on TV in Russia. Oh wow, all these crazy people overall, like it's insane. Now looking back at it, like, oh shit, like all those names that's out there, like wow. So I don't know. I just miss big tournaments and like a lot of names in the same time. That's why I'm always excited about those. So the super matches, I mean, you're always glad that they are happening and they're given to, your comrades and shit. But I, whatever. It's cool, but I want to see big tournament.
Yeah, I think super matches should be something that you kind of earn. You know, you earn by people wanting to see that match, and
Perhaps.
or even perhaps, but
Well, it's
what I really don't like.
either earn or have a history. There should be like, why is this shit happening?
Yeah,
because that's
yeah.
the problem. For the most part, is like, oh hey, this looks good. Shit looks great on paper. Let's make it happen. But like, and sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, it's a lot better if they're. That's why like PEL can never figure it out properly because they never had rankings. So that's why like, you have this like 2020 matches where somebody is pulling for like left-handed belt for no reason. Like, why is there a belt? Is it number one guy? How he became number two? Like, huh? So that I think rankings within the leagues are important. That's why contenders, that's how UFC is. There's contenders at number one. There is some story. Why is this guy is fighting this guy? You know what I mean? It's not like number 20 guy all of a sudden pulls number one guy just because like, oh, it looks cool on paper. Like, nah, there's got to be some progression. So that's why I think lots of leagues are not interesting.
The either, like I always say, either we fight for rankings or we entertain. And Armors, like Neil does the best entertainment because he picks the matches that are like kills. They're really good. They're entertaining. They're close most of the time, and and there's nothing really big on the line. The names are not that big considering, but they give such a great matches. And I think that the whole Armors, I like it just for that reason. But if you look at most leagues, they are not there for entertainment. They're just like smash.
Right. Hold on. Before I tell you my opinion on the whole Armors, let me see if Neil ever entered me back before I talk shit. Yeah, he never did. I like what you're saying about Armors. The only problem I think with Armors is that matches are close, but not many matches are really. I mean, they're cool at some that local level or whatever. Some of the matches, you kind of can care less as an American, right? For example, as
I'll play devil's advocate to this and defend him. So the idea behind like it was resurrection of Armors. It was gone, now it's back. The idea is to keep bringing little almost the same guys to the same events. Not everyone, but you kind of build the characters. You saw Uncle John. I like Uncle John. I want to see more of Uncle John. I saw Coach Ray. I want to see more.
Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said that about Uncle John. Nobody ever said
that. Maybe, but you kind of build on these characters. That's the idea, and you don't need set names when you start building it. It's just I guarantee it will catch on and we will have more superstars. When Frode goes on table, he doesn't even need to talk, because he built his career on Arm Wars. No world European titles, nothing, just one of the best super match pullers ever. And I think it just needs time. And with the production they're doing right now, it will be faster than it was before.
I get it. See, I'm not even arguing with that. I agree with all what you said. I understand that. It's just in terms of, like, in my opinion, as fair as what you just said, I feel like you are doing a lot of production value for pretty small names for a bigger scene, and that's not something you want to perhaps do as you want to grow it, because technically that's not, I mean, armors may be a big thing, but on the bigger scheme of things, it also in the same time it's not. So I think as a strategy, if you want to really grow it off the rip, what I suggested, Neil, he didn't even reply to me. That's why I'm talking all this shit. Is because I said, like, if he wants to grow it, he needs to pick up even random names, but of some type of celebrity of some kind. You know, I mean, a lot of people didn't never realize that Juji Mufu was like the best thing that ever happened to arm wrestling as far as like, realization. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think for the strategy of building stuff, you can take those low level names perhaps, but put them against some stars. Do not put them against some another low level guy. They may be not low level guys. They may be high level, British dudes, whatever the case is. I'm saying as far as like popularity contest amongst the whole world goes. You know what I mean? It's not they did not deserve the match. It's awesome that they have it. As I said, like, I'm cool with your idea, but as far as growing arm wars, I think that's way better thing to do. You know what I mean? And you can still grow that smaller arm wrestler name popularity.
See,
But I mean, that's many strategies to it.
the
You know what I mean?
problem there would be because Neil wants to
There's
pick
no problem with that.
matches where it's close, where it's contested, and you pick up you cannot rank a random person.
You do some fake shit. That's all good. You make it look good. We're just trying to get some views to get the thing going to where there's some money coming in. You can't get money out of 1,500 views. You know that.
Yeah, but I think it will take time, and I think it will catch on. I think it's hard to watch someone when you're not invested in some of the guys. When you're not invested, that it's hard. But more you see someone, more they will get there. Like, we have Devon and Mike and Jeff Hale just for that.
Right. But that's also really good arm wrestlers.
Exactly.
I know those names.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing. Whatever Neil doing is perfect. I'm just saying in the bigger scheme of things. That's why I always make fun of Brett Cook. Like, Brett Cook's videos, how amazing they are. Hey, that's some amateur tournaments. You spending 60 hours a week editing two guys nobody ever heard of to get 200 views. It's awesome that you're doing it. It's awesome for the guys. It's awesome for everybody. You can spend a lot better time doing a lot better things or working on something that a lot more valuable for everybody in the same time. So, it's kind of like, you can play a devil advocate all day on that one, but I'm just saying, like, in the same time, like, hey, like, you really have to tell us how hard you worked for 3 weeks on this match of two dudes that have been arm wrestling for 6 months.
I just think you feel the pain of everyone with the camera that started, and the journey was so freaking long that you just like, how about we skip to the good part and we just stop doing this, because I already did it. I filmed so many amateur tournaments, no one watches them. I have so many videos of that, no one cares, absolutely no one. But
see, I agree with you mentally, but because I'm not really bringing my whole ideas, that's why I'm like, I know it's not really directly to me, because it's not my direct opinion, but however it is, I agree with that. That's what I'm also saying. So I know it's not just also my problem, but yeah, perhaps that too. But no, I mean, it's just kind of sad too. It's like, it's just a lot of work for something it's cool, it's important, and it's valuable, and it's something I will recommend anyway, just to have content. But at the same time, like, the way you feel about it and how much time.
I think with Arm Wars, we need to see where this goes. I can't wait for Iron House, what we did there. I think it was amazing. The matches were great. Your favorite uncle had one of the best rounds in the history of arm wrestling that I have ever seen.
Really? Well, that's why, like, when me and Neil had this conversation, he's like, hey mate, like, you've been following his Arm Wars. I'm like, bro, to be honest, I haven't watched Arm Wars since Arm Wars were in Las Vegas. The only armors I will watch is like, oops, what happened with Uncle John, just as research. But I'm, for
Oh,
something, not that I don't like it
it's
for
still
something,
not
just
out.
not my,
It's still not
it's
out.
just not my content, I guess. You know what I mean? It's a lot of European stuff too. You know what I mean? Like I watch all, like, as I said, as I mentioned, Brad Cook, I watch all his videos because I can relate to them because they're local and I can learn something like, oh, I'm stronger than this guy, apparently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm invested more.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, like when Neil sent me to watch some of the stuff, I'm like, dude, that's fucking amazing. I don't know who these two dudes are, so I did not continue watching it, but it was entertaining as shit for the first 3 minutes. That's exactly what I said. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, it's the most the coolest arm wrestling video I ever watched, but I could not really, I could not get invested because I don't know the dudes.
I don't know. I put a lot of people on arm wars just when they don't know anyone. It wasn't even my video. They're like, this is cool. The storytelling and all that. Because I think
Right.
arm war stuff, you can sell it to Netflix, something like that. Because it tells a story. You don't need to know anyone. So why not use guys that will give great match, not the guys that came
Right.
to just blast through someone? Because there's a big difference, the guys that want to win and the guys that want to arm wrestle.
Right.
Yeah.
One of them gets top rolled by world's best hooker, Todd Hutchings.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Well, I mean, every time he trashes my book, I would like to mention that because my book is built on that exact moment. What if you read my book, that will never happen to you.
I need a copy. I should order a copy of it.
It's okay. I have 3 printed copies that I keep on me. I can get you Giannis 2 signed ones. We're all good. and I have one book with Giannis too, with pictures too, that I can also order before it gets here. I'm not lazy enough, so he can get 2 books.
We don't have big luggage coming back. It's just hand luggage, dude. Come on, I'm gonna stick it around myself when they go to customs.
Okay, I'll stick it to 1 book for both of you, maybe 2 T-shirts, and we call it even. You can wear a T-shirt. You can throw the one you wear one you don't need. When you come here, throw it out. I'll give you TOPROLLKING ones and be good to go.
I will bring you a T-shirt. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Hey, Artem, I heard you have to do something, and you will talk for hours.
I have good 6 minutes of talking shit to you if you want me to. You just let me know. Let me know. How do you hold on? How do you feel about it? You told me some bullshit about left-handed and how I can do this and this. What are we doing right-handed? Because I don't know if you're strong with something. You have to tell me right now.
I don't think you can get through my right arm at all.
No.
I think for like top roll, no chance. Absolutely no chance.
You have a good hand right-handed? I guess so. Like fucking old Giannis did something to you.
Yeah, but dude, Giannis.
Yeah, but he's a small guy. I don't know. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, Giannis is somewhere at the top 5 on the planet in 75 kilos.
That's.
I get so many messages from people. They're like, "You should have done this, or you should have tried that." I'm like, dude, tell me more. Plus, I was pulling 2 tables. Even if I could beat him, I was more important to win 100-kilo class right there. But my right arm, I feel super confident there. I feel more scared if we get in a deep hook and you can actually drive through me. That's where I feel more scared.
Well, see, that's where I like your style, because you having a press, it kind of suits me very well because I can stop it really nicely because I know,
dude, I don't press anymore. At all.
Yeah, but you still have to. Like you're that guy. What are you gonna just top roll?
Oh no, I'm just gonna hit you straight to the side like this.
Well, that's perfect right-handed because it's all I have. It's side pressure.
So we just meet there.
Right. So it's really my right hand is so flexible to where it can. you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you right now, I will negotiate the match. The match is gonna go where I want it to go. It doesn't matter if you have the power. You know what I mean? Like you'll have to hook me because I turned into that hook.
Mm. But if I
Right-handed.
driving back, not setting
You
for that.
don't have the driving back ability, motherfucker. You 5'7" and you're losing to Giannis. God damn. I never lost to Giannis in my life. Just to let you know that.
Dude.
And I beat the guy that beats Giannis.
Dude, it's, oh my God. Yeah, I didn't think that through.
Right. I'm undefeated and I beat the guy that beat him. That's impressive.
Okay, we finish this. I go back to the gym, back to the drawing board. But I just love with after the Norway tournament, everyone's sending me messages. You should have done this, or you should. I'm like, dude, like, do you even understand? Like, first of all, I know exactly what I need to do. He's just that good, and this is the killer shape.
Right. And it's not like he doesn't know how to arm wrestle you. That makes it so much easier. You know what I mean?
We train all the time. There's not like, with some guys you can, well, some of you will, like, I have never top rolled Giannis with right arm. Never. I have tried for years. When he's fresh, when he's exhausted, never. He's that good at containing everything. I'm like, this will not work. So I just skip that step and just go straight to the press and fail there. Dude. Okay.
I also want to say something about fucking Giannis situation too. Yeah. Because I think that the fact that he pulls you so much, it's so different. Because here's my case. When me and my buddy Brandon pulled, that's the guy that's on my intro, Brandon Morris. I mean, right now he's actually happened to be ranked pretty high, but with me and him pull at practice, normally, I'm technically stronger than him, but there's so many people that beat him at the tournament, and they will think that I'm so much stronger than him and higher than him left-handed. He's the only guy that will destroy me 10 out of 10 times in the tournament left-handed, just because he knows how and he knows the good spot. And even though I may be a little stronger, like at practice or whatever, but once he gets to that spot, I have never beaten him at the tournament. They will never even consider that. Like, yo, bro, your left hand. I'm like, my left hand. I never beat this guy. So it's probably the same thing with Giannis, because I mean, he also knows what to do with you, so it makes it so much easier, perhaps.
Oh yeah. Giannis is so efficient. Like there's a reason why he's up there with lightweights of all time. There's like fast, efficient, knows what he's doing. So many different things he can manipulate with. So terrible. I'm interested with him and Corey. Very interested there. Hey, maybe I come back as a top roll king and Giannis comes back as a Flash. and we tattoo it across our chest. So
you have to do my logo, the circle one, maybe on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? The TOPROLLKING production. You know what I'm saying?
The old one. The old one.
No, the new one, the circle. No, so the shoulder looks good. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice and round. You have to go with biology of the body. I'll teach you this shit. Why do you think I look 300 pounds? I'm 165. I'm a little smaller than Giannis. How do you do with Craig Sanders?
I beat him.
Did you?
Oh, you didn't, dude. Go watch my arm wars. That's the greatest video ever.
I thought you lost.
No, I beat him.
My bad.
It was good back and forth. So, like, I told you that I tore my pronator.
Yeah. You had some problems as you either.
Yeah, like I had no side pressure. So when I was filming the Devon video and I did this, you remember that parody video? So I did.
Yeah.
And the guy just put no pressure on it, and I just felt like, I'm like, hurts. And I couldn't straighten out my arm since I think September or October, whenever I filmed it, up until January. And after that, I'm like, oh, it gets better. I was like, something weird here. And yeah, I tore a little bit of something. So when I was fighting Craig, all I had was this. I was just holding him here, and he couldn't bust through my back pressure. That's it. Yeah. And then it's a great match. It's my favorite match of all time. Craig wasn't even like, I met him like 3 hours later. He was drunk. He's like, dude, best match of my life. I'm like, cool.
Bro, I pulled Craig Sanders one time.
Arnold's 2000.
No.
Oh.
WL 2017.
Yeah.
It's me and him, but he is not coming to the table, right? He's not there. Artem Ternenko, Craig Sanders, like they're about to give me a win because he's not there. They're like, he's in the bathroom, and I go. It's my. I think I'm still undefeated. I don't think it's my loss yet, and I'm like, oh no, I'm waiting for this motherfucker. I'm gonna whoop his ass. We're gonna wait for him. I'm not taking that win like that. Craig Sanders comes from the bottom, runs back. All right, I've been waiting for this. My plan was to go on the hook with him too. I'm waiting for him because I'm so prideful. I'm gonna beat his ass. I go, WL, close your thumbs, close your hands. Wow.
Dude.
So that's why I don't wait for people anymore. I'll take that win.
So we had the match in
he went home. He's home, dog. I win, ma'am. Karen, yeah, thank you.
Karen. So when we had the match in Arnold, I was saying in the interview, I was like, he's gonna beat me on the first round for sure. Like, I'm gonna try catch him, and then the whole game is gonna be, I will try to slip, he will try to catch me. I go there, I pin him the first round, and he tries to escape all the other rounds. So good luck, man. Hey,
I'm gonna move.
Funny story about Craig Sanders. It's 2013 World Championships. He's pulling the same class with Giannis, and they both win the first round, and second round it's him versus Giannis. Giannis goes on stage, he just waits, and of course cracks to the bathroom. He doesn't come. They just give victory. He comes back, he's like, oh, I lost to Giannis. Okay, cool. Just nothing. And then he had like a good draw, and he went pretty high, and we called it, he took a tactical poop.
Nice. Hey, I remember they have a family meeting with my wife and 2 dogs, and they all voted yes for me hurrying up. That's why. So I'm undefeated too. I had tactical like that too. Not poop, just I lost. I remember, as I said, I'm undefeated with Giannis. So I remember my first round at WL 2015 was something. I forget the guy's name right now, but it's on my YouTube. Anyway, it's a long war. He beats me, but we see the bracket. The winner of the match pulls Giannis. So I didn't have to pull Giannis.
That's good strategy.
Undefeated, baby.
Okay, guys, we're gonna finish this up. It turns out people were watching, and so April 23, we're gonna be in Arizona, Tucson,
Arizona. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Matches, a tournament throughout the day. Our match is going to be at 7:00. Me and you going to be somewhere toward the middle so people can continue. If you're in Tucson, Arizona, if you want to watch it live, it's $40 to enter into that building and watch the event. The $40 will cover your free bar and drinks for whole night and free food, and you get a table. So it's whole VIP bougie experience. Coach Ray will fucking pet your arm if you want to. I might meet you in the parking lot and give you some stuff. It's all VIP exclusive experience for $40. Free alcohol, free food. Amazing time, and you will watch me destroy Coach Ray. At least one arm as far as this interview went. Thanks, everybody.